ArchiStream.
So in this video I'm going to go over why I think you should be using Unreal Engine in your architectural or design firm. So when I started my architectural firm about 14 years ago, we put a big emphasis on technology. So not many firms were doing sort of high quality renders back then, and the renders were pretty average, and they took a long time, but I noticed the clients really loved it. So we have always pushed the technology on what we can do. We moved to one of the more render based programs a bit later on, and our quality of our renders got really high. Now if I was starting an architectural firm, I'd definitely put in a workflow to include Unreal Engine, because most firms now are doing high quality renders, and you want your firm to stand out amongst the crowd. So there's Unreal Engine, you can pretty much do whatever you want. So I've done a little diagram here of what the sort of current situation is. So you have your architectural program that you draw up your plans in, and then you export it to your render program, which or LiveLink. I've got Twinmotion here. There's a reason for that, but you export to Lumion, Twinmotion, whatever you're using, and you get your renders or your rendered movies. So it's pretty straightforward. That's about pretty much all you can do. You can export out your 360 views, which a lot of people call VR, which really annoys me because it's not VR, it's a 360 panoramic view. Pretty cool for if you can put that on your website, but really there's not a lot more that you can do. With Unreal Engine, you literally can decide anything you want to do and you can do it. So the workflow for Unreal Engine is fairly similar. So if you don't have LiveLink, then you have to export your model as a FBX and then import it into Unreal Engine. The reason I've put in Twinmotion here is Twinmotion has LiveLink for most popular programs, but you can export it out of Twinmotion as a Datasmith. So you can set it all up in Twinmotion if that's the sort of program that you like, and it will export quite easily into Unreal Engine. Once you've got it in Unreal Engine, as I said, the options are pretty much limitless. Whatever you can imagine you can do. So you can do your high quality renders, you can do your movies, you can also do VR applications where the client is actually able to walk around and teleport around, or if you've got a big enough room, which is what I'm really trying to work on at the moment, you can have multiple people walking around a life-size scale of their house. And the key here is to blow your clients away, to get them excited about their projects, and this sort of stuff is what they really love. Been playing around with applications, so you could send your client an app that you can then join them in walking around their house. For our company, I preferred to do face-to-face meetings first, so we can sort of get the feel on whether the client really loved their design or if we needed to work on it a bit further. So we never really just sent them a copy of their plans. We got them into the office, but an app could be your second sort of contact with the client. So you have your initial meeting, you get your feedback, then you put it all into an app and you send it to them, and then you can virtually walk around with them in the app. Another thing that we've just sort of been working on is Unreal to Unreal. So Unreal can in real time have multiple people working on it in different areas. So if you've got an interior designer, you can work with them if they're in another country or another office. They've got Unreal, they can open the same plan or 3D model and they can put furniture in and things like that while you're there working on something else as well. which I think could be a really really efficient tool. So as you can see, I really enjoy working with Unreal Engine, and that's why I think that you should be using it to really blow your clients away, and have fun at the same time. So Unreal Engine is free if your business earns under $1 million, but you can try it and see how you go. There's tons and tons and tons of tutorials. If you have a look at ArchiStream's YouTube channel, there I've put in a whole pile of playlists of the real important good quality tutorials that I've found online. So I'm doing lots of things like building VR applications and all that sort of thing. So I'm always looking for really good quality tutorials. So I've put playlists down for anything that you need. And if you've got any other questions, just let me know.